Well, if you like seeing old trucks cleaned up and transformed into something way better than what they started with, I got a treat for you today. Look at this. What a mess. We've got dirt and moss and lichen growing on here. It's got it, look, even on the glass, look at that. Quite frankly, it's got everything I look for in vehicles that I like cleaning up. The quick backstory on this truck is, well, if you've watched my channel before, then you know I've got a couple friends that are truck crazy and they buy old trucks all the time. And sometimes they end up over here where I clean them up for them just because, well, they're a mess. And that's what this one is. They sent me a photo of this and I said, don't even take it to your house. Just have the tow truck driver drop it off here, and that's exactly what happened. So this is a 1985 Custom Deluxe C10 Squarebody. Starting at the front, I would say that bumper's been replaced. It should be a painted white bumper, I would think, because we've got painted white mirrors and we've got a painted bumper on the back. Looking down the side of this thing, it's pretty mint. I mean, that's really not that bad. We got looks like we got some rocker rust there. Yeah. Well, we've got it open. Let's check out this interior. It looks pretty crusty. Been sitting a while. No surprise the dash is cracked. That looks like a timing chain cover wrapper. So I guess we'll have to investigate that engine a little bit. Oh, sweet. It's got a Cracko radio. Nice. Probably just came with an AM radio and they upgraded at some point to AM/FM cassette. Now, unfortunately, it doesn't have a key, although it does have a title. But, yeah, they gave me a new key cylinder put in. So that'll be interesting because that's really hard to do without the key in a 1985. But I've got an idea we're going to try out when I get to the interior, so stay tuned for that. Unsurprisingly, the bed has been used for trash. Although it's not too bad, it's mostly leaves. Yeah, this is not bad either. Looks like the tail lights have been replaced. Maybe we got some trim on that one and no trim on this one. That's alright. These can probably go. They're really not adding anything to this old girl. What do we got here? Some sort of air tank. That's kind of neat. I wonder if it's any good. Air keg. Cool, I'll have to set this off to the side. It doesn't look rusty. Might be useful down the road. Looks like we might have some critters living in here, but that's okay. It certainly wouldn't be the first time. This is the dual gas tank version. Oh, we got some cab corner rust here. Alright, that's... that. Oh. That is Bondo. I wonder if this thing's been resprayed before. It doesn't look like it, and I wonder if it's the original color. Let's take a peek. Let's see here. Color combo, Woodland. Alright, well, it's supposed to be green. There you have it. It's got a voltmeter. Looks like it's got some gauges. Looks like we got air conditioning, a tow package probably, power steering. Yeah, painted rear step. Charcoal custom vinyl, so I guess underneath this. Yeah, there you go. Charcoal custom vinyl. We got tinted glass, fleet side, dome lamp. Alright. Extra capacity rear. 305. Although they tell me at some point it was replaced with a 350, so we'll check out the engine a little bit as well. Alright, enough of that. First thing in the morning, I'm going to start cleaning this thing up. take a lot of elbow grease as well. Well, that's a bit of a mess. I think we can clean that up a little bit. Alright, well, since it's a nice night, I'm going to go ahead and get started on this hood. All this black stuff that didn't come off, I'm going to use this, which is about 2000 grit. There's probably a link in the description of this, but anyway. Yeah. See, that's just going to... the hood's wet, of course. I wouldn't do this on a dry hood. But this is taking this black stuff right off. That's a whole lot easier than just spraying it and spraying it and spraying it. And it'll make for a nice surface to polish on as well. So we'll just go over this whole thing real quick. That will get rid of the rest of this dirt. And you don't want to go too hard on paint like this. You're going to start taking too much paint off. You can already see a little bit of green. It's in the greatest hood anyway. Dirty side, clean side. Okay, now that we've got the first layer of dirt off here, let me see if I can do something about this ignition switch. I've got those. These are actually keys from, believe it or not, when I was much younger, back in high school in 1989. These were all sitting around in the auto shop, and the auto shop teacher told me to get rid of them, so I kept them. I think these cushions can go in the bed with the rest of the trash. Maybe I was a little hasty with that. So to replace this switch with a new one, you really need to have this in the run position. Otherwise, you're going to mess up your column. So, let me get started. Of course, all the ignition GM keys from this era look like this, so we're just going to try all these. I know you're probably thinking this is crazy to even try this. But what happens with a lot of times with these old lock cylinders is they're just kind of wore out. So a lot of different keys end up fitting, which is what I'm hoping is going to be the case here. Found one that works. Awesome. That's too cool. That's going to make it a whole lot easier to replace our switch here. I know you're thinking, why don't you just make a copy of this and use this? Well, because the owners gave me a new switch, and this one's clearly kind of wore out if just some random key works. Yeah, look at that. Sweet. So I gave the owner the good news about the key, and he's headed over with a battery. We're going to try and get it started. That'll make it a whole lot easier so I can move this thing around. It's kind of in the way. Time to take this air cleaner off and see what kind of crap we got in here. Never try and start a car that's been sitting for a while without checking the air cleaner. Always mice nests and chipmunk stuff and just crap like that. Oh yeah, this is kind of nasty. Smells funky too. And a bunch of little flapper door on it. Oh, this thing is shot. Look at that. Let me get this out of here for you. Look at all the rust through there. This is the worst rust on the truck. Nice. Want to see what 1985 looked like? Look at that spider web of vacuum hoses. That's just ridiculous. Alright, let's make sure there's some oil in this thing before we try and fire this up. Looked like there was some. Actually looked like it was pretty clean. Let's see here. Yeah, it looks like it's over full by about a quart. Doesn't smell like gasoline, so that's good. I wonder if that thing means this thing like smokes and burns oil like crazy. Their solution was to overfill it. Let's put a little bit of gas in here. Yeah, that'll do it. Well, it ran for a second. Let's try a little bit more. This thing might have a little rod knock. Alright, so that's why it's got extra oil in it, because they were trying to compensate for probably running it with a lack of oil for a while. So this engine's got a rod knock, it's junk. Yeah, it's time to deal with all this. Great, it's a bag of trash and it's almost all in one piece. Did anybody else think that that was a mirror? Because I sure didn't. I think I need some time to reflect on this. Brondo, the thirst mutilator. It's got what plants crave. Comment below if you know that movie. And I'm glad I found this one before it found me. This thing might just hold air. I'm gonna set it aside, maybe we'll play some hoops later. Oh hey, should probably stop with all these dad jokes, huh? That was actually a really good pad. You get this off here and then hose it down. Much better. I think though, well, I've got the pressure washer out. I may as well do something about this interior. not like there's any electronics in this door. Yeah, I thought this was some sort of weird funky mold, but after I cleaned the mildew off it, it is silicone shut. They, I guess it was making too much wind noise, so they just silicone the window shut. A little closer look at the interior, what needs to be done here, other than a really good cleaning. I think this is a... I think they went inside a auto shop somewhere and stole their carpet, and then just kind of tucked it in here. I think we're going to take that out. It's got rubber mat underneath. Hopefully it's okay. So we'll take that out. See what's underneath the seats over there. Got a couple stickers need to come off. I don't think these AARP stickers are necessary. Neither is the Tractor Supply bumper sticker or whatever political sticker that used to be. I think we're gonna keep the thermo guard protected though. Tell you what though, you come steal this truck, I'll get 5,000 bucks, and well, that's more than I paid for it. That'd be an improvement right there. It's not that I don't like AARP, I just feel that I'm not old enough yet. Even though they send me mail every week. Alright, well that's not terrible. I mean, it's got a hole in it, of course. But it doesn't appear to have a hole through the floor pan, so that's good. We'll just vacuum this out. And then maybe get a small rubber mat from Amazon to put on each side instead of the shop carpet. Oh yeah, we're leaking out the bottom. That means I can just go ahead and use the pressure washer on this floor. Now I wouldn't recommend doing that in anything that doesn't already have a couple rust holes in it. Fortunately or unfortunately, this truck has some rust holes, and we're not supposed to get any rain for a couple days, so I can just leave this thing open and it'll dry out. We're definitely going eye hook delete on here. Time to take a break from buffing and see if I can do something about these, well, brand new 20-year-old tires and rims. Alright, I know what you're thinking, and yes, I agree. A steak burrito from Chipotle would be great right about now. The other thing you're thinking is, that's no way to restore a wheel. And in most cases, you would be correct. The right way to do it would be to take it off of here, take the tire off the rim, sandblast the rim, and then either spray it with like a HVLP gun or have it powder coated. At this point, powder coating these rims is really the trick. But that's not what we did. Because that's not what we're doing with this truck. Well, when this video started, I didn't even own this truck. Now I own the truck, which means I'm probably just going to sell the truck, which is actually exactly what I'm going to do with it. And yeah, when you start talking about profit and loss and that sort of thing, this is a cheap way to spruce up the wheel, but really, it's a weird thing with project trucks and just project cars. If we did everything to this rim, if we took it off of here and put a new tire on it and powder coated it and spent a whole bunch of money on this wheel, on the wheels, on the four wheels, and then put it back on this truck, that's overkill for this truck. So then, you know, project thinking is, well, oh my God, now that I have those great wheels on there, now I got to do all this body work to the truck and then paint the truck, and then the interior's trash, and now I got to redo the interior, and you get this whole project creep. And what I'm trying to do with this is kind of make the wheel match what the body is, and you'll see what the body looks like shortly. And so I'm trying to get it all to kind of line up and look the same. You know, when you sell a project vehicle, a project car, truck, whatever it is, you don't want to you really don't want, and it's, you know, it's a project, so you don't really want to go nuts on things like on wheels and tires, because everybody has their own idea of what the perfect wheel tire combo is for their project vehicle. So I can go spend all the money in the world on these wheels and tires, and then somebody's going to come along and say, you know what, this is what square bodies need, are some 18s in the front and some 20s in the back. And I'm not going to disagree with them. But yeah, so we're just trying to make it look better. We're not trying to restore it. But anyway, you'll see the finished look. And I did spend some money on this. There weren't any poverty caps with this truck. So I went to eBay. Yes, eBay, not Marketplace. I went to eBay and picked up 4 of these. So this will make this look a little bit nicer. And eBay to the rescue for this one. So I think I've hit the point of diminishing returns on this old square body, so I'm going to call it a day. It looks a heck of a lot better, and it's going to be a great project for someone. Thanks for watching. I'll see you down the road.